Good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to thank everybody for their prayers. I didn't think I was going to make it. And I'm standing up here with a ticker ticking at 10 to 15%. But I'm here. God has given us another great feast. I was so happy when I heard the governor open the state back up, everything, because it would have been a lot different. And now we got it the way we wanted it to be. That's by the grace and power of God. We are living in some scary times, and it's going to get worse. I hate to throw politics in here, but politics and religion is two things that affect all parts of our lives. There's no way to get around it. This is a pivotal election that might not matter which way things go. We may still end up in a civil war. When Trump has a rally of 10 to 15,000 attend. When Biden has a rally, he's lucky to get 100 in attendance. But he's got backers. He and the Democrats have Antifa, BLM, and lots of corporate heavyweights siding with them to help bring our country down to nothing. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. How do you defeat that when your corporations is stronger than your government? And they burn, tear up, destroy. We are instructed to come out of her, my people, so we don't share in her plagues. You got the right wing, you got the left wing, but they're on the same bird, and that bird is a buzzard. Okay, the bird is a buzzard. You can be with the donkey or you can be with the elephant, but I prefer to be with the lamb. What do we do then? We do our job as a disciple of Christ, the same job that he gave to the disciples whom he taught himself. Now, John 1 lets us know that Jesus is the God of the Old Testament. The New Testament is our teacher. When he was giving parables, he told on the side, he explained it to the disciples because they didn't know what he meant. The people didn't know what he meant. We wouldn't know what he meant if it wasn't for our calling and receiving of the Holy Spirit of God. We're keeping the feast and we're doing well. We love each other and we help each other. That's easy to do. We're family. But our job lies on the other side of these doors. We've got the same job that the disciples got. Go into the world. Preach the good news. Try to bring people in that don't know. Sometimes we got to be clever at it. Like one of my things is that I'll be dressed up on Saturday and somebody will say, "Why you all dressed up on Saturday? Where you going?" I say, "I just got out of church." "Church on Saturday?" Bam! Whoop my Bible out the car and start preaching. "Would you like to join me? We invite you." We got to bear fruit. There's somewhere in there, I didn't print it off, where it says, if you ain't bearing no fruit, you'll be hewn down and thrown in the fire. There's tares planted with the righteous. We have to bear true fruit. We need to move out of our comfort zone and take it to the street. It's all of our job that has the Spirit of God living in us. He didn't call us to fail. None of us. Yeah, let me call Mr. McGee. He ain't going to make it. Let me call Ted. He ain't going to make it. Let me call Yvonne. She ain't going to make it. Let's laugh. No. He called us because he knows we can make it. We can make it. Matthew 25. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. They all slumbered and slept. Same way the disciples slumbered and slept when Jesus was taken into the mountains for the 40 days. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there not be enough for us and you, but do ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourself. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. We don't want that door to be shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open up to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye neither know the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. I thought about that when the doctors bought me some papers of work that they never bought me before, next to kin. What you want to be resuscitated? Do you want to be put on a tube? And I'm like, answer me a question and tell me the truth. I said, with my heart pumping at 10 to 15%, I could die at any time, right? She said, yes. I said, that's what I wanted to know. But I'm not living in fear. But following Jesus and doing the work is more urgent to me now. Not, I'll get around to it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. Now, even with those troubles, has given me a whole nother view of life. We're getting close to the end, and we need to stack up our treasures in heaven. Verse 14, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto him his goods. We're the servants. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1. To every man according to his several abilities, and straightway took his journey. He gives it to us according to our ability. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2. But he that had received 1 and digged into the earth and hid his Lord's money. I can't make it. It's not enough. You can't make it. He gave you what you need. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that received the 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. That's what we want to hear. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into my joy, into the joy of thy Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them. The Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been fruitful, faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thee hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reaped where I sowed not, and gathered where I had not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him and give it to him who has 10 talents. For unto everyone that has shall be given, unto him that shall, and he shall have in abundance. But from him that has not shall be taken away even that which he has. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. We don't want to be that servant. 31. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungered, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we that thee hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or saw we thee sick or in prison and came to thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it to one of the least of my kingdom, you have done it for me. That goes back to where I said we got to come out of our comfort zone. The work and the fruit is on the other side of this door. Now we can have revelry, sharing, loving, fun, potlucks, good words, encouragement. All these things are good. But the fruit that needs to be bared is on the other side of this door. Then, verse 45, shall he answer them, saying, verily I say unto you, for inasmuch as you did not to one of the least of these, you did not to me. So if we don't take care of and look for and fish for the ones on the other side of this door, that to us is a sin. We can't do anything but sigh and cry for the things that our eyes behold, but we can trust in Psalms 91 and keep doing the work without fear. We know that God is real. He called us and we came. We have seen miracles in the way of healing in our midst. And he made us a promise. The only one being in ever existed that you can trust him to keep the promise. Let's go to one of my favorite verses. Revelations 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat on them, and judgment was committed to them. Then I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded for their witness to Jesus and for the word of God, who had not worshipped the beast or his image, and had not received his mark on their foreheads or on their hands. And they lived and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. That's going to be a wonderful blessing. That's going to be a wonderful thing. And what's going to be after the 1,000 years in a universe that don't have no end? It's going to be wonderful. Don't let no one take your crown.